Hello gang, good to have you back again. Of course, if you're tuning in for the first time, I am the Articulate Grunt. Welcome to my channel. Urban hunting regulations for the city of Springfield. I promised it, here it is. Now, easiest place to go and get the licenses and get all the information you need is going to the Springfield headquarters for the Missouri Department of Conservation. It's on North Mayfair Avenue. That's where the prime trucking headquarters is at, and it's off East Kearney. Now, when I stopped in to check on it and to get mine, if it was available to do so, the lady there didn't have a copy of the new regulations to give me, so she actually gave me her copy and was going to print herself a new copy later to tell people as they made phone calls or stopped in. So let's get right on down to it. All laws of the Wildlife Code of Missouri shall be obeyed, including hunting license. Gotta have your hunting license. Use of bow and arrow within city limits is permitted for the limited purpose of hunting white-tailed deer on private property. Discharge of arrows from bows will only be allowed consisting of 2 acres or more. Adjacent properties may be combined to satisfy this requirement. I asked her about that, and she was like, as long as all the residents, all the homeowners or leasees approve, if it's 8 quarter-acre lots, that makes up 2 acres. You just got to make sure to get everybody's approval, and either everybody be present or give their permission in writing, which is actually the next point. Written permission is required by the landowner or leasee, or the landowner or leasee must be present during the hunt. That doesn't mean they have to be with you, next to you, anything like that. They just have to be present in the home and present on location. So if police get called and they come and ask, and you've got that pesky neighbor who doesn't like anything involving hunting or anything like that, they call the police, they come out, they can knock on the door, yeah, he's fine. You're good to go. Or of course, written. Personally, I'm going to do a standardized form I can get people's signature on. Too easy. Discharge of the arrows are only allowed from elevated platforms at least 10 feet in height. Now, I asked for clarification on this. It can be a deer stand, it can be a tree house, it can be a deck, patio, balcony, porch, as long as it is 10 feet or higher off the ground. The reason for this, of course, is to increase the angle to cause the arrow to go into the ground, either once it goes through the deer or if you miss, rather than winding up, firing an arrow and having it fly 2 blocks away to hit somebody's house or somebody or something. This makes logical sense. I can be good with that. Bows and arrows can only be carried to and from the elevated position. So, you park, you get out of your car, you can carry your bow to your firing position, to your elevated position, and then afterwards, you put it back in your car. If you wound a deer, if you shoot it and it runs off and you've got to track it down, you put the bow and arrows away. You don't carry them with. That's not allowed. Because if you take a second shot from the ground, guess what? You've now also violated that 10-foot elevation rule. So, there you have that. Hunter education is required. No exceptions. You have to have passed a hunter education course. Period. That's only logical. Arrows must be marked with conservation ID number. Now, when I went down, I went ahead, filled out the paperwork and everything, paid my little fees. They hooked me up, with tags galore. I told them what I was wanting to do, what I was going for and everything. And first off, one of these is a temporary heritage card. I'll apparently get a card in the mail, good for life. That is a Missouri State Heritage Hunters card. It will have your conservation number and other prevalent information on it, so you can give it to game wardens, police, whoever, when you run into them. You can carry it in your wallet. Until then, I've got to carry this one on the end. The rest of these, they gave me 2 turkey tags, bow season turkey tags, which cannot be used in the city limit. Cannot. And then 3 deer tags. 1 archer antlerless deer, and 2 archer any deer tags. And one of the best things about this hunt, when I run out, I can go back and get more. It's a limitless tag hunt. Nice. But as for that ID, it's on every one of those tags. It'll be on the heritage card. And I've set up 2 of my practice arrows, like so. It's got my ID tag number. It's what they said to do. Basically make a little strip with your number on it and tape it on, seal it on, somehow laminate it in place. I put one on the head, one on the fletchings near the tail of 2 of my practice arrows, so I can fire on my practice range to see which one holds up better to usage. That'll determine where I actually put it on my hunting arrows. Next regulation. Arrows cannot be discharged across any sidewalk, street, road, highway, or park in the direction of any human, roadway, structure, or domestic animals within reasonable range or angle that might strike at or close to these objects. within 450 feet of any church property line, school property line, or outdoor playground. And 4, where they would land outside the authorized area of the hunt. These just make common sense. This is the next one. No alcohol or controlled substance can be used while engaged in hunting activities. That should be a no-brainer. And the final restriction, deer retrieval and cleaning. Make a reasonable search to retrieve the deer without trespassing. Now, goes onto another property, you think it's there, knock on the door, at which point, if they give permission, it's not trespassing. You're looking for your deer. Immediately notify any property owner that there may be an injured or dead deer on their property. Knock on the door. Obtain permission prior to searching for and retrieving deer. Follow all MDC, Missouri Department of Conservation, guidelines regarding field dressing and processing of the animal. Do not field dress in public or conspicuous locations. Basically, if you take the deer down, it runs out in a front yard somewhere and then falls over, don't just roll it over and dress it out right there in front of kids and God and everybody. Be discreet, be smart about it, folks. There you have the basic regulations. If you've got questions or curiosities, leave your question in the comments down below. Hit the like or dislike. Let me know what you thought. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll bring you more information in the future. And I hope this found you well. Take care. Be safe. Get out and get involved. I'm going to have fun with this one. And, just for your own information, I got no use for 3 deer. But last year, only 7 deer were taken. I may try and beat that record personally. But the thing is, the ladies down at the Conservation Department, I asked them, is there a food bank? Is there some sort of sharing the harvest, like I used to do back when I was stationed in Tennessee, that I could do here? They immediately hooked me up with the names of 2 butchers who will process any deer I bring in for contribution for free and get it over to the food banks for the needy in our community. I plan on feeding a lot of people this winter. Take care of yourselves. I'll catch you later. I am the Articulate Grunt. Out for now. Bye.